Every vitamin deficiency explained. Vitamin A. Vitamin A builds the pigment your eyes need to see in low light, controls how your cells grow and renew, and maintains the protective linings of your gut, lungs, and airways. When it's low, the first thing to go is night vision. Eyes that struggle to adjust when you walk into a dim room or drive at dusk. Skin becomes dry and rough, with small raised bumps on the upper arms and thighs. The scalp flakes. Hair loses its texture and sheds more than usual. Infections come more frequently because your immune barriers have started to break down. The main sources of vitamin A are liver, cod liver oil, eggs, butter, dairy, salmon, carrots, sweet potatoes, butternut squash, red and yellow peppers, spinach, kale, mango, and apricots. Always eat the plant sources with fat. Without it, absorption drops significantly. Vitamin D. Vitamin D regulates calcium absorption, maintains bone density, supports muscle function, and plays a role in immune response. Your skin produces it from sunlight, but modern indoor lifestyles mean most people, regardless of where they live, don't get enough. When it's low, the fatigue is heavy and doesn't improve with rest. Muscles ache without clear cause, particularly in the legs and lower back. Bones feel tender when pressed. The shin is a classic spot. Low mood, brain fog, and loss of motivation are commonly reported. Hair follicles have vitamin D receptors, so diffuse shedding, hair thinning evenly across the scalp, is a frequent sign. The main sources of vitamin D are sunlight on bare skin, salmon, mackerel, sardines, herring, cod liver oil, egg yolks, and beef liver. Vitamin E. Vitamin E protects cell membranes from oxidative damage, supports immune function, and helps maintain healthy skin and nerve tissue. When it's low, which is uncommon unless fat absorption is impaired, the nervous system takes the first hit. Tingling and numbness in the hands and feet, muscle weakness, and coordination difficulties develop gradually. Vision can deteriorate. Skin becomes dry and slow to heal because cells are breaking down faster than they're being repaired. The main sources of vitamin E are sunflower seeds, almonds, hazelnuts, peanut butter, wheat germ, sunflower oil, olive oil, avocado, spinach, red peppers, and mango. Vitamin K. Vitamin K activates the proteins your blood needs to clot and directs calcium into bones rather than arteries. When it's low, blood takes too long to stop. Cuts bleed longer than they should. Bruises appear from minor bumps and are larger and darker than expected. Gums bleed easily when brushing. In women, menstrual bleeding can be heavier than normal. The main sources of vitamin K are kale, spinach, Swiss chard, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, parsley, green onions, natto, fermented cheese, egg yolks, liver, and edamame. Vitamin C. Vitamin C is essential for building collagen, the structural protein in your skin, gums, blood vessels, and connective tissue. It also acts as a major antioxidant and significantly improves iron absorption from plant foods. When it's low, gums become swollen and bleed easily when brushing. Skin bruises with almost no pressure. Small red or purple dots appear around hair follicles, tiny bleeds just under the surface. Body hair can become coiled and corkscrew-shaped, which sounds unusual but is a well-documented early sign. Wounds stop healing at a normal rate. The main sources of vitamin C are bell peppers, kiwi, strawberries, oranges, grapefruit, broccoli, Brussels sprouts, papaya, guava, tomatoes, parsley, and thyme. Cooking reduces vitamin C content. Raw sources are more effective. Vitamin B1, thiamine. Thiamine unlocks energy from carbohydrates. Without it, nerve and heart cells can't generate fuel properly. When it's low, the earliest sign is often a burning or tingling sensation starting in the feet, combined with leg muscle weakness. Climbing stairs or walking distances becomes harder than expected. Fatigue sets in. In more severe deficiency, the heart is affected. Shortness of breath, rapid heartbeat, and fluid retention in the legs. The main sources of thiamine are whole grain bread, brown rice, oats, sunflower seeds, flax seeds, pork, trout, black beans, lentils, edamame, and asparagus. Vitamin B2, riboflavin. Riboflavin powers cellular energy production and activates both B6 and folate, meaning low riboflavin quietly undermines two other vitamins at the same time. When it's low, the face shows it first. The corners of the mouth crack and become painful. The tongue becomes swollen, smooth, and takes on a magenta color. The skin around the nose, ears, and eyelids develops a greasy, flaking rash. Eyes become sensitive to bright light and feel gritty or irritated. The main sources of riboflavin are beef liver, kidney, dairy milk, yogurt, eggs, lean beef, salmon, chicken breast, almonds, and mushrooms. Vitamin B3, niacin. Niacin builds NAD, a molecule involved in over 400 metabolic reactions, including energy production, DNA repair, and cell communication. When it's low, the pattern is unlike any other deficiency. A red, rough, sharply bordered rash develops specifically on sun-exposed skin, the neck, forearms, face, and hands. It looks like a sunburn that doesn't fade. Alongside this, digestion is disrupted, nausea, diarrhea, and cramping. As deficiency deepens, confusion, memory problems, and depression develop. The main sources of niacin are chicken breast, tuna, salmon, beef, pork, turkey, peanuts, brown rice, mushrooms, green peas, avocado, and sunflower seeds. Vitamin B5, Pantothenic Acid. Pantothenic acid is found in virtually every food. Deficiency is almost never seen outside of severe malnutrition. If you eat any varied diet, you are almost certainly getting enough. In the rare experimental cases, symptoms include burning feet, persistent fatigue, and headache. The main sources of pantothenic acid are chicken liver, sunflower seeds, avocado, salmon, eggs, mushrooms, sweet potato, lentils, yogurt, and broccoli. Vitamin B6, Pyridoxine. B6 is required to synthesize serotonin, dopamine, and GABA, to process amino acids, and to build hemoglobin for red blood cells. When it's low, the mood connection is one most people don't make. Persistent low mood, irritability, and anxiety can develop because the neurotransmitters that regulate these states can't be properly produced. A specific anemia causes fatigue and weakness. The skin around the mouth, nose, and eyes becomes inflamed and cracked. The tongue swells and reddens. The main sources of B6 are chicken, turkey, tuna, salmon, beef, pork, eggs, potatoes, sweet potatoes, bananas, avocado, pistachios, chickpeas, and spinach. Vitamin B7, Biotin. Biotin is central to fat synthesis, amino acid metabolism, and glucose production. It plays a direct role in hair follicle health and skin barrier function. When it's low, hair thins progressively and evenly across the whole scalp, not in patches. A scaly red rash develops around the eyes, nose, and mouth. Nails become brittle and develop ridges. Fatigue and tingling in the hands and feet can accompany the physical signs. The main sources of biotin are beef liver, egg yolks, salmon, pork, sunflower seeds, sweet potato, almonds, walnuts, sardines, avocado, and dairy. Vitamin B9, Folate. Folate is essential for DNA synthesis and cell division, making it critical wherever cells multiply rapidly, especially during pregnancy and in the blood. When it's low, a specific anemia develops within weeks. Deep fatigue, weakness, breathlessness from minimal exertion, pale skin. The tongue becomes smooth and sore. Mouth ulcers appear frequently. Unlike most deficiencies, these blood symptoms can develop surprisingly fast, within weeks of consistently low intake. The main sources of folate are spinach, romaine lettuce, asparagus, Brussels sprouts, avocado, broccoli, lentils, chickpeas, black beans, kidney beans, edamame, sunflower seeds, and liver. Vitamin B12, Cobalamin. B12 maintains the myelin sheath insulating your nerve fibers, builds DNA, and produces red blood cells. It exists almost exclusively in animal products. When it's low, it builds silently. The liver stores years of reserves, so deficiency can be present long before symptoms appear. The first signs are subtle: unusual fatigue, mild brain fog, slightly less mental sharpness than usual. Then come the neurological signals: tingling or numbness in the hands and feet, difficulty with balance, and memory lapses that feel more significant than ordinary forgetfulness. The tongue becomes smooth, sore, and inflamed. Skin turns pale or slightly yellowish. Hair thins, and chronically low levels are associated with premature graying. The main sources of B12 are beef, lamb, liver, clams, oysters, sardines, salmon, tuna, trout, eggs, dairy milk, yogurt, and cheese. There is no reliable plant source. Vegans need to supplement. If this gave you clarity, subscribe. There's a full mineral deficiency video coming next. Share it with someone who needs it.